Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for watching me instead of March Madness. And happy feast day of St. Patrick. I just want to read a little bit about St. Patrick. He was an apostle and patron of Ireland. He was born in Scotland in 378. Pope St. Celestine commissioned him to evangelize Ireland, and in the 33 years of his apostolate he succeeded in converting the whole country, which in the Middle Ages was known as Island of Saints, resplendent with churches and monasteries. St. Patrick died in the year 464. So happy feast day of St. Patrick to everyone. Now today I wanted to rant, complain, whatever you want to call it, about how traditional Catholic items are really expensive. Have you noticed that? Has anyone tried to buy a Latin Mass Missal? Maybe some of you have. And they're not cheap. So I was able to obtain a Latin Mass Missal. You can see this, St. Joseph's, let me see if I can get that closer. St. Joseph's Daily Missal through family. I was able to obtain it. But not everyone is so fortunate. I didn't have this for quite a while. And this one, beggars can't be choosers. So it's I don't know if it's a copyright 1959, but then there's a new edition copyright 1963. So this is right before they started messing with the liturgy. And so you do have your typical Latin Mass Missal through the actual liturgy, where you have your Latin and your English on different sides. But then when you go to the propers, like the daily readings, it's only in English, no Latin. And but it is still the 1962 calendar, so that's very nice, very convenient. And having one of these Latin Mass Missals, you can see, based on the size of my hand, the Latin Mass Missal is very small. I really like it. Nice for carrying. These things are like 50, 60 bucks, if you try to go somewhere online. And so that's an observation there. Now I'm going to the Douay Rheims Bible. I actually got this as a gift. I think it might have been about 20 bucks. That's the cheapest variation of the Douay Rheims Bible, and even now you can't even get one for 20 bucks. It's more like 30. That's pretty much the cheapest you can find the Douay Rheims Bible, unless you want it used. And if I won the lottery, I'd start a publisher. I'd open up a publishing company and sell books, start printing Latin Mass Missals and sell them for cheap. I don't know. So we'll take a look at some options here. As for the Bibles and the Missals, I mean, you can always ask around. I know someone who attended daily Mass at an FSSP parish, and eventually asked the priest if they had any Latin Mass Missal she could borrow, and the priest said, "Sure, you can actually have this one. It was in poor condition, but there's your Latin Mass Missal." He just gave it to her for free. So you can always go that option. If you don't have any, problem is, I have a lot of family members that are Catholic, so I'm able to obtain stuff like the Latin Mass Missal, and this statue of Saint Joseph right here. I was able to obtain that through family. But if you're like a convert or whatever, you don't have the luxury of that. It's really unfortunate. I even talked to a priest about that, and he said about how unfortunate it was. And I'm not even beyond using one of these things. This is a Kindle Fire. Now it's not even charged right now. But yeah, you can see low battery. It's not very good. I bought it a while ago. I'm actually kind of embarrassed for a cheapskate. I'm actually kind of embarrassed with how much technology I've purchased over the years. It's embarrassing. But the Kindle Fire, you can download PDFs of traditional Catholic ebooks if you're into that. I'm not really, but I still download some of them anyway. And you can download a Father Lassant's Missal on here, and you can reference it. It's just hard to scroll through the PDF pages. But I didn't have a problem taking this to Mass because, whenever the bishop shut down Masses and after everyone came back, in a lot of churches, they didn't even offer those red books for everyone to use. Like at the Ecclesia Dei, I guess, commission masses. So basically, any of the FSSP, Institute of Christ the King, or diocesan Latin masses, most of them pretty much have the red books. Most of you probably know what I'm talking about if you've been to a Latin mass. But some of them didn't even offer those after everyone came back from the shutdown. So I took my Kindle Fire, and I didn't have a problem using that. I don't have a problem with people using technology, phones, or anything like that, because they didn't offer it. You never know what you're going to get. So, but anyway, that's one option. Um, and so let me go to some of these places here. Here's something. So, like any kind of traditional Catholic ebook, I'm just going to set this up to share my screen. Let's see what screen I want to share here. Let's go first to Autumn. Okay, so this is actually a store based in Phoenix, and if you're from that region, then this place has some awesome stuff. They have a lot of, I mean, I think it's like the Aldi's of the Catholic world, and I think the only store is in Phoenix. So the shipping is a little bit pricey. It's like $10 for shipping, and then as you go up, you pay more for shipping. So the shipping's not really a good deal. But like, let's take a look at like Saint Benedict items. Saint 50 pack of Saint Benedict medals for $29. Okay. Um, let's see if there's any cool stuff. I know they have a lot of cool stuff here, like a standing crucifix. This is a small one, but $4 for, I don't know how big this one is. $15 for a 4-pack. We have all of these. How about like a Saint Benedict crucifix? They have some of those. I'm just not sure. I'm scrolling kind of fast here. I do Saint Benedict crucifix. Let's see. I mean, this one, $14. This kind of a cool one. Let's see how large it is. 10 inches. So that's actually pretty legit. That's a nice one. So I mean, they have some good stuff. If you're in the Phoenix region, this is a good option. Now you can find some stuff on eBay. That's probably pretty much the best option you can use. Let me get myself back to full screen here. eBay is probably like about the best that you're gonna find with price wise. And for a lot of these items, I do want to point out like this. I got this icon for my mom. You can see it's like a wooden icon. But yeah, all you do is search Orthodox icons. And I know, like, people say, oh, the Orthodox. Well, guess what, guys? Byzantine Catholics use Orthodox icons. So if you search Orthodox icons on eBay by price, you can find stuff, the icons that are that size for like $8, $8 or $9, free shipping. Now you're gonna have to wait for a few weeks, quite a few weeks. A lot of them ship from the Ukraine. Well, maybe they won't be shipping at all. Who knows? But I was able to obtain some of those. That's pretty good. And let's check the next recommendation. I actually want to take you through. Well, let me see if I can pull something up here. So I'm going to go to Amazon first. And let's just say you want to find like a Douay Rheims Bible. So let me share my screen. Okay, let me see if I can share this here. And this is just kind of like a fun, kind of like a lighthearted, video here. So let's say like Douay Rheims Catholic Bible. I'll just do Douay Rheims Bible. And so you really just want at first you really want to go to Amazon. So bear with me here. So this is the one I have. It's $30 on Amazon, and you can see like it's 5 used, whatever. You go to get the ISBN number. The ISBN number is right here. Copy that, and you go to bookfinder.com. I have the bookfinder in the description. Paste in the ISBN number, and you search. And you can do this with any book. So, like if you like a Taylor Marshall book or whatever, and this compares the book prices on different websites. So you have eBay, you have Amazon, and this is the new books, and this is the used books. So the cheapest new Douay Rheims Bible, at least the one that I found, is $29.95. That includes shipping. So this is like basically what I'd be searching. And then used books, Abe books, and then eBay. Here's one for $26.58. Okay, and you can see the condition here, acceptable. You can do that with really any book you want. So I really like bookfinder.com. It helps you kind of search, price compare all your options. Okay, let me stop that. Excellent. And then I think one of like the super trad like book publishers is Tan. So my Douay Rheims book was published through Tan, and I don't have that up. That's not an option for me. That's not cool. Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up here. And Tan, it looks like they have like a $5 special. Tanbooks.com. And so I don't know if $50 free shipping for if you have orders over $50. So I'm not entirely sure what all they offer. Let me see what. Okay. Share the screen. Okay. So let me see if I can share my screen and get you to Tan Books. Yeah. All right, here we go. So you can search on like books. I think there's like a $5 book option here, and you can load up your cart. I mean, I saw a few in here that I was like, wow, this is pretty good. So they're $5 specials. 30 Days with the Irish Mystics. That's interesting. Take a look at some of these books if you're interested in that. I really haven't purchased very many books. Now, obviously, you can always take a look at Goodwill. Goodwill's a good place to look, and you're gonna have hit or miss. It's gonna be hit or miss though. I know locally, one of the churches locally used to have a big book sale, and I was able to find a few Catholic books there, but not a lot. But they're no longer having it, which is really unfortunate. But Goodwill, you're more likely to have Catholic stuff. There might be a few Catholic books there for cheap, and Catholic statues. Now, I think one of the Salvation Army stores. Let me see. I got this St. Peregrine statue at Salvation Army. So they're a Protestant store, but that's something that works. And I do want to show you like these statues here. These are from Autumn, and they were probably around $10. And so was Padre Pio. That was around $10 too. So you can find Catholic items. You can get ebooks. Yeah, okay. So this is a good comment. You can get ebooks online for free, but I prefer the real thing. Yes, there's a website called Traditional Catholic eBooks, and that you can. You can. Is it Traditional Catholic eBooks? I think that's what it is. But then you can also download audiobooks too. And so I've been listening to those in the car, and it's really interesting. Now, unfortunately, there's not audiobooks for everything, and some of the links to audiobooks are just to YouTube videos. So that's disappointing kind of aspect of that website. But yeah, you just have to kind of look around. eBay is really, for religious articles, eBay's pretty much the cheapest in a lot of cases, unfortunately. I mean, you can go to Catholic bookstores, but they're really expensive. And To me, I mean, I get it that they need to make a living, like the owners of the Catholic bookstores need to make a living, but the stuff is expensive, you know? I mean, $65 for a Latin Mass missal, like to me that's not, I don't know. I don't like that. Now obviously it takes a lot of money to publish it. It probably costs a decent bit just for the way it's manufactured and everything, but Douay Rheims Bible, 30 bucks? Really? You can find the New American Bible on eBay for like 4 or 5 bucks, but you can't find a good Douay Rheims Bible for less than 20. Um, is that how much it's going to cost to read the Bible? You know, the Douay Rheims Bible is available online. I don't like staring at a computer screen while I'm reading a book. I'm sorry. I don't know. Kids these days, are they a little bit different? I don't know. Anyway, while you're watching, everyone, if you want to leave a comment for any tips, any cheap Catholic cheapskate tips that you have, there's there's a lot of interesting, you know, ways you can save money as a Catholic to on Catholic items, but there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of like tips and tricks, like secret things. If you know of any websites that are super cheap where you can find like cheap books, cheap religious items, please leave it in the comments because I really want to help other people out. You know, and fortunately I've been able to obtain, you can see right here, I've been able to obtain some religious stuff for not you know, not a high price, but uh, a lot of people might have some trouble, you know, finding this kind of stuff. And once you obtain the stuff, obviously you need to take good care of it. But yeah, at the same time, it's just really difficult to find good traditional Catholic items. All right, well, this was just kind of a little rant. I guess if you want to call it a rant, not really a rant, but just some observations that I found. And another thing is parish bookstores. If a parish has a bookstore, that would be helpful. Another thing I thought of is like religious item exchanges. So you can get together with a group of friends, a group of people from your parish, and exchange books. If I go through and read a book, I can always just hand it to someone else. I actually have a bookshelf filled with books, and not just Catholic books, but others as well. But there are a few Catholic books where I'd like to take a look at. I'm looking at it right now. I see Interior Castle. Uh, is that Saint Teresa of Avila? Yes. And then there's a few books from St. Louis de Montfort. Sometimes people will give away books. Some of your parishes may have a library that you can borrow the books, and I'm sure that the traditional books, if there are any, I'm sure they're not being used. Maybe if you attend a traditional parish. What else? I see other stuff too. Scott Hahn books, of course. Um, I thought I had another one. Yeah, well, I mean, any books by the saints, you know, some of them are kind of cheap. Oh, I have one from Saint Augustine, and of course, there's a Sixth Catechism anthology. Let me find this on eBay, Amazon before I end this. Um, I do want to recommend more like if you're looking to like actually do the Saint Joseph, is it the Saint Joseph Catechism, the Baltimore Catechism? If you're looking to go through it, it doesn't have the photos, but it's called the Sixth Catechism Anthology. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let me share my screen. There we go. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at here. The Sixth Catechism Anthology. I have it. It's a gigantic book. It has the whole Baltimore Catechism, Catechism of the Council of Trent, Douay Catechism, and the Didache. That's like 3 pages or so, and then the Catechism of St. Pius X. And this is, let's take a look, 819 pages, and all that's available is this ISBN number. Let's see if there's any cheaper price. No, $20 on Amazon. That's definitely something that you would want to check out. And let's go to bookfinder.com and see if it's cheaper on eBay or anywhere else. And this is only available right now because the person who's watching this first will buy it. It's not cheaper anywhere else. And it's only new. Well, that's weird. I have mine used. That's very odd. Did I just search for new books? Any? No. Okay. Well, I guess there are only new ones available. But that's something that's really good. You can have all your catechisms in a compilation. Of course, you could download all these for free on ebook if that's what you want. But anyway, yes, there we go. See, at a local Novus Order, they had the collected works of Saint John of the Cross. There you go. And this is great because if you will go on Amazon and take a look for any of his books, they're probably at least $10+ used. Bookfinder.com, whatever. Well, I've never heard of that. Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but thanks. I'm always more than happy to share any information I have. I think you're talking about the Catechism anthology. But any of this information I hope was helpful for everyone. Yeah, so getting back to this local Novus Ordo parish, yeah, a lot of them have libraries, especially if they're maybe a little older parish. Like if they've been around for maybe like 30, 40 years, they probably have some traditional Catholic books, like some books that were printed before, the 1960s, because once you get to the 1960s, then you really start going downhill in terms of like what's printed. And when you get to the 70s, forget about it. It's all hit or miss. And anything now, you look at Tan books, a lot of that's pretty good, but Tan sells a New American Bible too. I mean, they sell the Douay Rheims, which is nice, but then they sell a New American Bible. So, I mean, you still have to be cautious about anything that was written and published in the last 50, 60 years. Anything before that, especially like the lives of the lives of the saints, of course, but anything published by the saints, that's certainly worth reading. And a lot of the stuff that they have to say then, that they had to say then, is applicable to today, even more so than what a lot of the modern books have to say. But your local Novus Ordo parish, yeah. I mean, I looked at one of my local Novus Ordo parishes has like a full wall of books, and a lot of them are newer, but I'm sure I can filter through and find some of the lives of the saints. And quite honestly, people don't ever. I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone borrowing a book from there, ever. So I don't think. I think if you borrow a book and you have it for quite a while, no one's gonna miss it if you have it out for a few months, like because no one's gonna miss the book, you know. So it's just that's one thing, and it really is a great idea. It really is. So anyway, that was my semi rant. Not really a rant, but that's what I got. So if you have any recommendations, suggestions, questions, leave them in the comments, and let's help each other out. I really like traditional Catholic stuff, books, statues, whatever, religious items, and the more we can help each other out. If you have any like website recommendations or anything like that, or just let me know your experience with traditional Catholic books or where you buy your Catholic items, anything like that, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.